Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Nix, and are you ready to ramble? How delightful is this article from William Saunderson-Meyer? It's on Politics Web. He says, the stench of corruption is rank and clings to whatever it touches. Nothing, as President Cyril Ramaphosa is discovering, can rid his party of the smell. Yes, I actually said in one of my videos, I'm like, corruption and the ANC are synonymous. You cannot have one without the other. They are the very definition of corruption. History books will write about this, I tell you. He says that Malema, money, power, patronage, is a painstaking compilation of the corruption evidence against the EFF leaders and lays out the stealthy and insidious ways in which money courses through the South African political system. What it says is the outlaws were enabled by a political class, including opposition parties like Action SA, addicted to expediency. They were carried by banks, estate agents, luxury car dealerships, and jewelers who prefer not to ask about the provenance of vast flows of money, and cushioned by law enforcement bodies whose zeal rises and falls with the ANC's mood. This is the scandal behind the scandal. I can't wait to get my little grubby paws on that book. This is the moment for me, and it actually says here, there's a throwaway line in the book that deserves prominence beyond its fleeting presence towards the end. Many in the ANC found the corruption of the Zuma era just a little too mercenary and damaging to the party's image. Translation: the ANC's so-called constitutionalist hated the optics, not the feeding. I mean, yes, they hated that the corruption was damaging to the party's image. Not that there was corruption, just that it was damaging. Ramaphosa could not staunch the life flow of corruption without starving the party and its black economic empowerment clientele of lifeblood, taxpayers' money, the grind we go through every day to allow these corrupt elite cadres to live the glam life they live. So the drip continues, albeit more discreetly. I'm like, you know what? I reckon Ramaphosa has used his private business experience with all those multinationals that he did not build, and the connections he's made within all of those companies to move the corruption underground. So all he's actually done is he's educated the thieves to steal smarter. They're all part of the same party. Zuma even said, I will always be ANC. They all just decided to split three ways. They're all still very much aligned to the purpose of corruption, which is why Action SA wants so badly in, man. Give me a spot, Action SA begged the three-party coalition going on here. The article says that the Political Funding Act is nowhere near enough to prevent malfeasance. The EFF and the ANC appear to simply step around it. Yes, just in my last video I said, just because they're signing all the legislation in no way implies they're going to abide by it. In 2022-23, in the run-up to last year's general election, the EFF reported only around 350,000 in donations. Action SA, 26 million, DA, 54 million. Those two parties get money from an ex-South African sitting in New York, I think, who owns a gambling company. ANC reported 51 million, yet at the beginning of 2024, which we're all very familiar with, few 100 million rands in the red, unable to pay staff and facing bankruptcy. And that's when they decided to get super cushy with the with those Iran people. That's when their relationship really came out of the closet. You know what I mean? I love this piece. Ramaphosa's reformism has been full-blooded in tone, but anemic in consequences. To identify the true villains, one must start at the top. A president both compromised and compromising. An ANC that treats corruption as a brand problem. Opposition parties that bargain away principle in pacts with the devil. Local municipalities is just a prime example of that. A justice system that too often looks to Luthuli House rather than the statute book. And a private sector that keeps the tills ringing by keeping the questions soft. Journalism has completely failed South Africa, and the recent Wendy Knowler interview with Ramaphosa on his latest book, because our president had the time to write a book, is a prime example of how our journalism and our journalistic integrity has completely failed us. Mainstream media has been bought. They are captured. Which is why I've put my name forward for the Truth Report podcaster set. Make sure to like this video and share this video. That not only can I join the team, but also so that people can become more aware of the other side of reporting, which at least gives you a different perspective that you must at least consider if you're ever wanting to make a valid argument about the very political chaos that is South Africa at the moment. In closing for this, it says, the marvel isn't that patently corrupt Malema and EFF survived and thrived. The marvel is that anyone still thinks they are managing it alone. Beautiful. Beautiful. What a fascinating world we live in. So I'm going to leave you with this. They're all connected. And what really upsets me is that it includes the multinationals. They too benefit from this. And that's why they're so quiet. The ANC since 1998 has allowed multinationals to take their profit offshore out of South Africa. So they never reinvested into our industries. No wonder our industries look the way they do. And no wonder the multinationals don't want to interrupt this. The only people who bear the brunt of this out-of-control corruption are the people who are actually willing to create a better South Africa. The people who vote, the people who pay taxes, the people who smile at you in traffic, to contribute meaningfully to this place. So shame on you, cadres. Shame on you. In closing, for my ramble, I say, Futsef ANC. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave you now. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to like this video. Press that subscribe button if you haven't yet. It really is a free way to help me financially. I do actually benefit financially from your subscription. Correct. Doesn't cost you a cent. Thank you to all my new subscribers, my current subscribers, and for all of those of you who comment. Have a great day. Have a great week. Over and out.